Hey everybody, Adam Savage here in my cave with a video from our friends at Propstore down in Los Angeles. Now, this video was recorded well over a year ago as part of their first auction of props and things from The Expanse, one of the best shows ever. But we held it back because of the strikes. We've been waiting to see if there was going to be a right moment to release it, and clearly that is now, because Propstore is just about to initiate their second and final auction of Expanse props and costumes, June 13th to the 27th. Now, while this video is covering stuff from the first auction, there are many items very similar to these in the current auction. You can go to propstore.com/expanse to see the full catalog. But right now, let's get into the video. Hey everybody, Adam Savage at Propstore down in Los Angeles with my friend Megan. How are you?
I'm good. How are you doing, Adam?
Very, very good. You might remember Megan has been a friend of Tested since way back in the day, helping me dress up as Kylo Ren.
Oh my gosh, yes, I remember that. That was so exciting. You looked really great and you fooled a lot of people. A lot of people.
I still have that magnificent costume.
That is great.
We have, I'm in my happy place. I'm at Propstore, I'm with my friends, and there are spacesuits in the room, so what could be wrong? Now, Propstore is doing an auction for my favorite sci-fi show, The Expanse.
Exactly, which you starred on.
I died in one episode,
Okay,
but yes,
you were there.
I think this is the very first time we're talking about a franchise that I appear in, as opposed to just comment upon.
I know, and I loved seeing you in the show. It was so awesome. I was like, I know him, and then seeing stuff afterwards with your name on it, but spacesuits. We're talking about spacesuits.
So you guys are auctioning off a whole bunch of Expanse props and costumes and pieces from the show. We're going to cover a lot of it in a few videos, but right now we're talking about spacesuits, my happy place.
Yes.
We've got some belters here, don't we?
We do. This is actually, one of the most famous belters. This is Miller. This is his costume here, with the exception of the helmet. The helmet is in another costume, but we dressed him with this. We don't actually have his particular helmet. It was very unique, and the production kept it, but we wanted to dress him up so you guys get a feel of what Miller looked like when he went on his trip to Euros. So this was one of the finale costumes that he wore.
It's incredible.
It is great. The attention to detail is absolutely amazing.
That's exactly what I was going to say. Stepping up to it, it feels like an incredibly well-worn, well-used piece of blue-collar equipment, like a Carhartt jacket of spacesuits.
Yes. I mean, they used all the vac suits were like this kind of spongy sort of, what you would wear in the ocean, and
like a dry suit.
Dry suit or wetsuit. But, they really attached and made their signature pieces onto it just to make it Expanse and to make it feel like they're supposed to be out in space. And especially with the hardware, everything that goes to it just speaks volumes to their creativity in the show.
The color is magnificent. And we did a couple of videos talking to their incredible graphics team. Everybody on this production got to bring their own brilliance to the things that they were working on, and it really shows in a piece like this.
Yeah, it's wonderful.
So you have more than these are three specific belter characters.
These are, and in the auction there are a variety of lot of other full, complete spacesuits. Some spacesuits without the packs, some with them. You can see these ones all have packs on the backs. Hard to get around that view there. But what's great about these is that they do light up. This is Drummer. So as you know, she's one of the other fantastic belters.
I love Drummer so much.
Yes, and then what I like about her is that she actually has, the capability to turn off and on, of course, and then the color schemes. So they did a variety, and you don't always see all of them in there, but a lot of the red was featured. None of the green, but you at least have that option. And then I particularly like blue on Drummer, because that just kind of emulates Expanse for me.
I asked Kara Gee what the hardest part of playing Drummer was, because when you meet Kara Gee, she does not sound or behave like Drummer. Drummer is such a specific being. And I was like, what's the hardest part about playing Drummer? She said relaxing her jaw at the end of the day.
The accent, it was amazing. Yeah, I got to meet her recently too, and she said that she just hated those comms because they would blink and they would have to yell cut. And so, because they were all just lit up, and you'll see some of those comms on our our next video. But yeah, that was one of her major frustrations. But she got a lot of pictures with her and the suit, and it was amazing. Yeah.
And again, two suits that do the same thing, and yet within the confines of the show, very, very different executions. And very much like walking into a dive shop and looking at a whole bunch of different options for going diving. Yeah. It feels like the Expanse really leaned into that sort of iterative product.
And although each character had their signature suit, every belter was different. There is no suit that is exactly the same.
Oh, fascinating. They were all really unique.
They were all very unique. All the helmets were unique. It almost felt like each character got to paint their own whatever decor on their helmet. So that was really neat to look at as you saw all of the helmets in a row.
And this lovely.
This is Marco's.
Good.
And yeah, he has his signature.
That's the thing that is really beautiful.
Exactly. It's all over the place here. He's the bad guy. Everybody loved to hate him. And we even have his gun there that you can pull out.
What?
Yeah, and he never went anywhere without it, except he did give his gun to his son at one point. But the spacesuit was all, they did such a fantastic job completing these outfits, even down to the boots.
Oh, yes, the boots with the red lights on them, the grav boots.
The gravity boots, yeah. Oh. So, I think you even talked to the prop master about these at one point and how he found the lights and put them in. So this is a fun little detail that, production wanted a set of boots to keep as just a display. So
it's such a distinctive blue too. There's it feels a little like a Prometheus blue, but again on the side you see all the great graphics. This looks hand painted. But it's a decal, so they can match it.
All of these are decals. All the decals represent the character's history, and that's also what's great about each of the VAX suits that you're going to see in the auction. They're very unique, and that's what makes it unique is all of the attention to detail here.
I think that there's a lot of talk about how the lights in a space helmet light up the actors, but it really is a challenge narratively when you've got characters encased in entire shells.
Oh, yeah.
How do you know who you're looking at? And the lights just aren't quite enough. So giving each of these suits ostensibly for the same kind of operator such unique looks is a great way of letting the audience know where they are.
Yeah, it does actually come with a fan too. You can almost hear
I'll bet.
Yeah, can you hear that? Yeah.
Just barely, but that's to keep the actors from fogging up the glass on set.
Yeah, and at one point, see the battery's dying, my apologies. At one point, they do have sound systems in them so that they could speak their lines. Right. But those aren't functioning at the moment. So.
Because they don't need to anymore.
Not anymore. No. These make wonderful displays.
3 completely iconic characters. This is an incredible trio.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you.
Oh, yeah. It must have been thrilling to get these out of the boxes and all put up on the mannequins.
It was a lot of work. It was a lot of work. They did a really great job organizing things, but you still had to grab that one suit that was the hero suit with the hero helmet.
Right.
And so cataloging all that, we made it work, and you'll see that in the auction.
You guys must have gotten a ton of parts and pieces to sort through.
I can't even tell you how many trucks came through here.
Well, and we have 3 more suits on this side. Shall we go over here?
We do.
All right, Megan. This is one of the UNN suits.
The UNN, and actually, it's not so much referenced in the show, but in the book they call him the Reaver suit, which is the uber suit the UNs wear out in space in order to, of course, engage in some military action. So it is complete as you see it. It does have the light-up boots on the back.
Incredible.
It lights up in the helmet. These are, if you feel them, they're foam, but they are solid, it must feel pretty awesome to wear this, I would imagine. They're so lightweight. You actually, they're on a mannequin, and the mannequins are still supporting it, but, mannequins, they're not uber people, so they'll fall over easy, and these are very lightweight, very accommodating to the people, and just like you see it in the show, it's just amazing piece of work. They did have these little iPads that would be in there.
Oh, of course. Use with a phone in there?
Yeah, and they wouldn't give us those, but that's okay.
Fair enough.
They're expensive, but anybody can add an iPad in there and just, undo this and slip it in. It's great. It's great. These pieces are really amazing.
I love looking at this in contrast to the Belter suits, because where the Belter aesthetic is one of improvisation and clearly in situ resource utilization.
Yes.
This is a unified bit of military kit and designed to look as such with a very specific design idea about what armor is.
Yeah, I mean, they did take, you know, the UN armor that you would see possibly today, add the space flare. You could say it was made on Luna. You can say it was made on any of the, you know, on the Earth, wherever these are. You know, I think it's my suspicion that they took the MCR and Goliath uniforms and copied them.
Sure.
Because, you know, the MCRN was very much more advanced.
Right.
And in the books, you find that a lot where, you know, they're just sort of copycatting. So you may see a few little details that are very similar, but with the UN flare, of course, the UN logo.
And production gave me one of these badges in rubber, and I didn't realize it was for this suit. It's exactly what it was
actually,
made
they
for.
use those on a couple of armor pieces, and this is just one of the suits that we have. But yes,
Stunning.
you'll see that on a few of other ones too.
Well, and in terms of like the actual organization's outlook on armor, it's great to see it next to the MCRN.
Yes, and this is the light armor though. This is not even the heaviest one, but it's the most, like, this is the one they have the most of, right?
This is my favorite armor.
Yes.
This is, there's something so sleek and organic about it. It's got some still suit feel to it. And again, it also feels super lightweight.
Yeah, oh yeah, exactly. And then you'll see some of the branding on here, the MCRN there.
Yep.
They have this lovely texture that you see throughout their uniforms.
And that they have a different texture on these uniforms.
But it's still circles. I told you they were copying them.
No, all this great subtlety.
Yes, exactly. And then this one is actually Holden's, sorry. You know, it comes down and he looks foreboding.
Dude, that's fantastic.
Yeah, especially when he looks at you like that. One of the things I wanted to point out, because this is their actual backpack. So if you notice, this is a separate attachment. This is the thruster pack that Holden uses to get to the center of,
oh my God.
to get to the center of the ring when he's just floating out there with Miller. So this is a great uniform in that this is particular for him. It actually magnetizes on there.
That's incredible.
Yeah, it has these cute little lights. Fantastic little lights.
I think cute little lights is fine.
Right. But it's just a nice way to enhance the display of the entire uniform. And then it, you know, kind of speaks to its mobility. Like they don't even have to take them off when running or anything like that. So.
Well, and it's not too heavy a piece, but I would love to point out, this has every frigging prop technique imaginable on it.
Oh yeah.
We've got things like fake metal pieces here that are I think maybe 3D printed. You've got real metal. This is real aluminum, and they've done that because it edge wears so beautifully.
Yeah.
This is leather covered, probably some plastic or something. We've got etched labels that actually feel like this top piece feels like a piece of actual production hardware.
And we have a few of these online. And so, you know, this is one of those pieces that I think he's got his name in there. Oh, no, it just says 12. But it's just one of those pieces that's really great to display. It's hard to say, all right, do I want this displayed on the front or the back?
Yeah.
Which is why I stuck it back here.
The thrusters that are adjustable. And again, I just want to call out the incredible graphics work of the team on The Expanse.
They did a wonderful job.
Each of these things feeling different for the part of the world and storytelling that they're doing.
Yeah, that's actually one of my favorite parts to collecting all of these from the production is anything that had a logo, anything that had that kind of graphics, I just gravitated to. I made lots out of. So you're going to see that a lot on our auction, and people can just own that little piece of the Expanse universe. So
I love it. I love it. It just it's so. I saw lots of these in pieces and worn by actors on the set, but seeing them all together is. It's a great sort of flag in the ground about how much aesthetic work how much aesthetic work goes into storytelling in a place like The Expanse.
I mean, even the small little detail inside, you wouldn't even think that's anything, but
right, you're not going to see that. You're not going to take note of it, but it's going to communicate stuff to you about the
every little
specializations.
piece of it was well thought out and put together.
really gorgeous. And we're finishing the 6th suit.
I know.
This was
the
literally
big
almost one of
one.
the main characters of season 2.
This is Draper.
This is Draper's power armor.
Yep, she's got her name up there at the top. This is her power armor, and as you know, the MCRN created this power armor to be completely bulletproof, even to the point where, you know, she gets hit here and she ends up scratching herself and a bullet comes out. Like this.
Right, I forgot about that.
Yes, it was the greatest scene ever. I was like, what is she doing? This actress is just scratching her. Nope, that was actually choreographed in there. And yeah, this one's got full of lights. I don't know if you can see over there without casting too much.
Yeah.
You know, the guns there, all of the leg pieces, everything pieces together like a lovely puzzle, and it's all Velcroed in. Really easy to actually put onto a mannequin, which is fantastic.
Is it really?
So, yeah, and the lights also change on her helmet as well.
Into different colors. And this suit, I remember because they were telling me about it. This was built by Legacy Effects.
Yes,
the
it
makers
was.
of Iron Man suits. They did
I
Jurassic Park. They're literally like the 800-pound gorilla of armor costumes.
And they
in
probably
Hollywood.
looked at this and went, "Oh, you want it how light?"
Well, I love some
metal?
of this stuff, like wire looms that are just cast plastic, but part of the power armor.
And they just
transmission.
lay in there so nice and softly. It's that aesthetic and that attention to detail that makes these really special.
That is a gorgeous,
nice.
gorgeous piece. I only got to see this once on set while the actress was walking past. Down to all, I mean, these gloves are completely custom.
Yeah.
I noticed lots of sort of slightly modified motorcycle gloves, but not here.
Nope, not here. And, you know, I mean, she had to run in this thing, so they had to make it agile. They had to make it flexible. Everything about this is, you know, it was custom made for her, and we do have a couple of others that the others wore that are on sale at Propstore.com. So, but this is our golden child. This is our piece.